Hey fellas, this is Johnny. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about journaling. And journaling is actually a super powerful tool. It might sound like a silly thing. I know when I think of a journal, or when I used to think of a journal, I always thought of like a little sister's diary and she's hiding it from everybody and it's got all her secrets in there, but it always seemed a little silly. I started journaling and literally it changed my life. It's crazy the power that's within journaling. So we're going to talk about journaling today, which is essentially just writing down your thoughts in a very structured way in order to process your thoughts, get them out of your headspace, put them down on paper, and allow your brain to be a little bit freer and process your day, essentially. And it might sound a little bit light, but I'm gonna walk you through the benefits of it and why it's so important. And I gotta tell you, this is a technique that really legit changed my life. And if you get really good at this, you can basically become your own therapist if you get good and consistent at journaling, which will save you a ton of money if you're actually going to therapy right now. So anyways, let's dive right in. I do want to mention that we're actually doing a live webinar in about a week. So there's a link below this in the description. And we're doing a webinar on this topic. We're going to go deeper actually in journaling itself, how that is one part of a daily routine, and a bunch of other related topics like self-awareness, like guided meditations, self-discipline, how to become your future self now, all kinds of things. Value in there is incredible. That link's down below in the description. So check that out when we're done. Okay, so benefits of journaling and how to do it. So how do we journal? So essentially, what we do is we just take our day and we write it down, but in some very structured way. So like I said, journaling is just writing down your day, but in a structured way. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to process your thoughts and process the day. And what it will allow you to do is just take you from being full of these thoughts, which can be both positive and both negative, and these unanswered questions and everything that happened throughout the day, that's all taking space in your brain. And it takes you from that space where that's all in your brain, allows you to write it down, like I said, in a structured way. And it allows you to just not only free up that headspace so that you can focus on other things, which is already a huge benefit, but it also allows you to see the events of a day from a third perspective. So like when you have a therapist or like a marriage counselor or something like that, and you just kind of talk through events that happen, challenges you have or whatever, as you start to write it out, as you start to talk about it yourself, you will actually be able to see these events from a third person view already, which is super powerful. So not only will you get this out of your brain, create some extra space in your head, and be able to focus on things more effectively, you'll also be able to objectively look at events and maybe look at your decisions and decide, yeah, that's exactly how I wanted to react, or I really wish I would have done it this way. These are the actions I need to take to rectify that, or this is how I'm going to behave in the future if this ever occurs again. And it's such a cool way to process your thoughts, reframe situations, get an objective perspective, and then if you do it properly, which I'm going to show you how to do this, and then take structured action towards your next endeavor, toward the next day or whatever it is, the next time this happens again. And it's really cool. And we'll include some extra bonus pieces that actually leave you feeling great, refreshed, and with a clear headspace. So let's jump into how to journal. Okay, so as we jump in, I want to mention, because this will be very helpful actually, I've actually put together a free journal, a free guided journal for you guys. There's a link in the description below, and that's a link to our Lion's Tail guided journal. And so the steps I'm going to talk about right now are the steps within that journal. And so you'll be able to follow along, check it out, use it. Completely free for you guys. Just click the link below and grab that. It's super valuable to do this stuff. It's awesome. And I put it together for you. It's really polished. It's got everything you need. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. First thing we do when we do a journal is we're actually going to reflect on the past. We're going to go back and look at our previous 2 journal entries. And so the reason that we do this is, like I said, this is a part of that third party perspective. A lot of folks like myself, like I used to be, struggled a lot with self-esteem, self-confidence, and celebrating my wins. I would always see the problems I had, but never see the successes. So the first thing we would do is go back and read our previous 2 journal entries. And every 90 days or so, we'll go back and look maybe a year ago or 90 days before or whatever, and see where we were 90 days before or a year before before and see how much progress we've actually made. So the first thing we do is we go and read the previous 2 journal entries to get some perspective on what happened the previous day, the previous 2 days, and for 2 different things. Maybe this shines a light on our current situation and whether it's really good, really bad, or adds some perspective. It also reminds us of actions that we were going to take. Oh yeah, I forgot that happened. I totally need to remember to do this. Let's go back and reflect there. And so reflecting on the previous 2 journal entries is actually really helpful, really valuable practice. So that's where we start. Next thing is, before we even get out to write our day, we have another step, and that is celebrating 3 successes that you had today. This is really key because it will uncover that every day, no matter how bad your day was, you did 3 things right. And in A Lion's Tale, we talk a lot about the power of daily habits. The first thing we do is make our bed every day, and it gives you a win every single day. So if you have absolutely nothing else going on in your day, if you did nothing correct, which I guarantee you there's no day like that, the one thing you write down there is, I made my bed first thing in the morning, I had a nice bed to come back to. And the power of that is incredible. So we're going to write 3 successes, and this will also build momentum. As you start reading the previous 2 days journal entries, you see 3 successes you did 2 days ago, 3 successes you did yesterday, 3 successes you did today. That's 9 wins that you can account for. And you can recognize how much progress you're actually making and how many things you're actually accomplishing, which is really cool for momentum and self-love and self-acceptance. Okay, so after we've got our successes, we're feeling good about ourselves, and then we'll get into one actually very specific thing that I like to do. I've never seen this in anybody else's guided journal, but I love this because it's a key to confidence, is what's one uncomfortable thing that I did today? And if you saw the video on confidence and self-esteem, doing uncomfortable things, knowing that they're uncomfortable, doing them anyway, committing and taking action, and actually crossing the finish line on this is going to build a bunch of self-confidence, self-trust, self-love for yourself. So I always put that in my guided journals. What one uncomfortable thing did you do today? Get out of your comfort zone, show yourself what you're capable of. So put that in there. Then we actually get to journaling throughout the day. So then we just let it all out on the table. We just write through the day. And I gotta tell you, when I do this, it's so freeing. Sometimes I do this written at night, which is the best way to do it for me. It's the best way to do it for most people. And I love it. Sometimes if I'm in a really big rush, I forgot or whatever, or I got extra stuff I need to get off my chest, I'll do a voice journal like in the morning. And whenever I do it, as I'm typing, as I'm speaking, whatever it is, I can just feel the tension and stress that I have. Even if it's not a lot, I can feel it leaving my body. It's crazy. It will just start flowing out and flowing out and flowing out. And that's kind of the first step in the journal. As you're writing through your day, all the stuff that's in your head is just coming out, and you're adding more and more space in your brain. You're taking things that are in there, putting them on paper, and it's stuff you don't have to worry about anymore. Now it's on paper. So we're going to put it through there. We're going to write out the day. We're going to write out the lessons. We're going to uncover the lessons throughout our day. Maybe something went really well, and it's something you want to hang on to that lesson so you can apply it in the future. Maybe something didn't go well. You want to apply the lesson of how you could handle that better in the future as well. This is where you get to write it all out, uncover the lesson, and just let your day out on the table. And then next, we're going to say, what action are you going to take out of this? So when you've written out your day, things went well, things didn't go well, what action are you going to take because of this? This doesn't have to be massive. It could be really simple. It could be, I'm just going to tell my mom how much I appreciate her, right? Or my kids, or I'm going to go apologize to this person, or that felt really good. I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to spend more time in nature. I'm going to do more exercise, whatever it is. Just some small action. What are you going to do based on how today went, based on what you wrote down? What action are you going to take tomorrow? And commit to that and jump right on it. And then we jump into 3 things that we're grateful for. And gratitude is so important when you're working on mental things. Gratitude, if you're religious, the art of praying is the same thing. Being thankful for 3 things, getting into a state of gratitude is so effective because it shows you that you have things that you're grateful for. It shows you that you have things in your life that you can be grateful for. And it puts you in that state of gratitude. And when you're in gratitude, when you're fully in gratitude, when you're fully thankful for somebody, someplace, something about yourself, it's impossible to be fully in anger and fully in depression. When you're really in a state of gratitude and you think about what's the best vacation you've ever been on, what's your favorite place in the world, who's your favorite person, the look on your mom's face, your kid's face, your favorite person's face, whatever. When you really step into it and feel what that feels like, you can feel the anger just just go by the wayside. You can feel depression going on the other side. You can feel anxiety leaving your body. Because when you're in full gratitude, it's really hard to feel those other emotions. And that's sort of the span of journaling throughout the day. So that's a guided journal. Like I said, the free journal that I put together for you guys is down in the description. Click that, take a look, actually give it a chance. Like give it 3 days, give it just 3 days in a row. If you're really feeling like committed, do it 5, 7 days in a row and just see how you feel as you process through it. And do the whole thing, reflect on the previous 2 days, log your wins, log your gratitude, take action, do an uncomfortable thing, do the whole thing, really commit. And I guarantee you, you'll start to see some progress. And if you're like me, you'll get addicted to journaling. Like literally, first time I did it, loved it. And it's like one of my favorite things because I know the state change that happens from stress, anxiety, full mind, too busy, to calm, relaxed, third-party perspective, and just listing out all the things I have to be grateful for and all the successes I did myself. So give it a whack, try it out. It's going to be great. So if this really spoke to you, if this really resonates with you, if this is like, oh, this is really something I've been looking for, or if you start doing the journaling and you're like, oh man, I love this, this is my jam, let me know. There's a link down there to book a call with me and we can chat about our mentorship program. That's really like the meat and potatoes of what we do. This robust program where we put together the course, workbooks, exercises, group coaching, one-on-one coaching, all the support, all in one big package that just works so well together. There's a link down below to book a call with me to chat about that and just see if it's a good fit or just give you some information if that's what you're looking for. So remember, you can treat this as one day, I'll do that, or you can treat this as day one, and I challenge you to do the latter and just get started today. Cheers.